Welcome. Today in the hot seat, all new from FNIRSI, the DSO-TC4 transistor oscilloscope. Groovy. And a big keep on testing shout out to FNIRSI. Thanks so much for sending the TC4 in for this review. Brand new for 2025. Wow, FNIRSI has really come out with a lot of test instruments. Brother, these things are amazing. This company, for me at least, is one of the top test instrument manufacturers right now anywhere. I mean, they are just putting out test gear, not only inexpensive test gear, but test gear that performs like the more expensive brethren. Man, keep up the good work. Today, another classic example of FNIRSI know-how, the DSO-TC4. This is a multifunctional transistor tester, oscilloscope, and a signal generator. I mean, come on, it does like a lot, and it is not expensive. Like most FNIRSI products, this is well down there in terms of dinero. As I said, lots of proverbial bang for the buck. Oscilloscope, 10 megahertz analog bandwidth on this bad boy. Hey, you know what? You also get a signal generator, 13 waveform types, adjustable up to 50 kilohertz frequencies. Oh, brother. And not only that, yeah, it is also an included component tester. You can automatically detect transistors, diodes, caps, resistors, inductors. I mean, wow, this is a really one-stop shop in terms of component testing and overall functionality. I love it. You know, when you get these all-in-ones, it just makes your bench that much simpler to work with. Included, wow, look at that nice Ziploc bag here with all of your accessories included. Let's just open that up and take a little peekaroo, shall we? Okay, this is for the oscilloscope probe. Hey, this is all of the oscilloscope probe stuff. Voltage versus frequency. There's our analog bandwidth curves, frequency compensation, the whole 9 yards. On that FNIRSI box, wow, good info right from the get-go. Multifunctional oscilloscope, signal generator, transistor tester, and 3 different waveform outputs as well. User manual here. Nice color pics, intro, how to use, and it's in English and Chinese, Mandarin, I'm assuming. Signal generator output, the oscilloscope functionality, really nicely done. All the basic info that you need. Oh, almost forgot, look at that, in the bag itself. The rest of the stuff are probe for the oscilloscope. We have our circular rings, we have our little alligator clips, more test lead clips, the whole 9 yards. Now remember, this is not a multimeter. That's about the only thing it doesn't do. It will not function as a multimeter, but other than that, all of your test probes, what have you, in here, looking good. This is a pretty solid feeling device. Now, it's not protected from shocks and bangs. We don't have any rubber inlay or boot to speak of, strictly a plastic overlay here. So if you drop it, you know, hard to say. That being said, still feature functionality wise, it seems to be pretty good. We have a tilt stand as well with this, which is always a bonus. There you go. Look at that. Nice tilt stand. Yeah, so you're probably going to have to do the old one Hanaroo when you want to change things, because it's just really not beefy enough to stand still when you're pressing those buttons. But that being said, hey, once you've got your desired range, there you go. And look at that screen. Look at that screen. That 2.8-inch TFT display looks amazing, doesn't it? Now, of course, you are subject to some glare, but that being said, all in all, really easy breezy on the eyes. Now, let's just power it off for a second, power it back on, and you're going to see by default, it has a very quick boot up time. Look at that. That was just like a second or two boot up. Fantastic. Now, to switch into our component mode, you just simply hit the mode button, and look at that. Signal source generator, component mode, back to oscilloscope, simply by hitting that mode. Now, one thing I noticed, let's just go back into component mode, turn it off, turn it back on, and it's going to default back to oscilloscope mode. So for whatever reason, it will constantly go into oscilloscope mode on boot up. You have to keep manually changing it, but it only takes a second, right? Other than that, we got some pretty good tactile buttons here. These are nice, soft, have that rubberized feel to them, not that plasticky business going on. So good stuff. Same thing for all the buttons, nice, rubberized. And of course, where we put our components in, we have that little component mechanism here, locking the components like so. Basic, but functional. And you know what? Pretty good looking. Pretty good looking. Powered by, you got it, rechargeable lithium battery. There's USB-C for charging. Alrighty, let's do some testing. All right, I'm going to put it into component testing mode just by hitting that mode select switch. And here we are now testing a little capacitor. And bada boom, bada bing, 1.01 nanofarad is what we get on the FNIRSI. Let's put that up beside that B side, and indeed, just under 900 picofarads, just shy of 1 nanofarad, looking good. And once again, another capacitance meter, and we are all aligned, showing the same results. All right, let's try another one. Now we are looking at a tiny 100 nanofarad capacitor. And once again, look at that. XL then capacitance meter agrees with the FNIRSI. Now we're going to look at resistance. That's where things get a little more interesting. Here we have a 10 mega ohm resistor, and it's, for whatever reason, it's coming in shy on the FNIRSI, 8.5 mega ohm. So not so good in resistance. And once again, we look at another component tester, that brand new Zoe, and you can see, yeah, it agrees with the other meter. So for whatever reason, that FNIRSI is coming short on resistance mode. And yeah, that's not a good thing. Anyway, there we go. Let's try another component. This one is a 5 ohm resistor. Oldie but a goodie. And once again, up beside the B side, and it agrees, 5.6 ohm for the B side. Well, one more interesting foray into component testing is this inductor. And look at that, 1.9 millihenry. This is actually a 2 millihenry inductor. And no problem on the small FNIRSI TC2, but I'm putting it in now to the TC4. And you're going to see what happens in just a second. It's unable to read that inductor. Yeah, what's going on? So anyway, inductance was a bit of a fail. Okay, now let's go into our signal generator mode on the FNIRSI. Now this is where it really looked good. Look at those signals, nice strong. We've got a sawtooth signal going on here from that waveform generator. Up to 13 different waveforms being outputted by the TC4. Looks like a stairway to heaven signal. Telling you, this thing just puts out a lot of waveforms. Normally you get 2 or 3, but I mean, this one does a lot for a handheld. I call that the EKG signal right there. Looks like one of those cardiograph machines, doesn't it? No issues, no surprises on the waveform outputs, thank heavens. Here's the FNIRSI charging. Takes about 90 minutes or so to come to a complete charge. You cannot use the instrument while it is charging. Finally, a brief look at the oscilloscope functionality. 10 megahertz overall bandwidth, analog bandwidth, 1 mega ohm input impedance, AC-DC coupling mode. Right now I have it hooked up to my function generator, putting out a couple of waveforms, and FNIRSI is having no problems here. 200 millivolts peak to peak. We are in auto mode. Nice job of holding that signal nice and steady as well. No matter how much I change the amplitude, it just has no problem keeping that signal. Yeah, this is an old GW Instech sweep function generator. Does a great job. Still running great. Here we are with a square wave now. Pretty well whatever I threw at it in oscilloscope mode, it had no problem finding those signals. So if you're on the road, you need a quick, diagnostic of a waveform. This will not let you down. Vertical and horizontal axis all change simply by pushing the arrows up or down, left or right. You have a lot of subsettings in the menu. Select from within there. You've got your X1 and X10 setting, your auto, single, normal mode, your type of edge, your coupling, AC/DC parameters, you name it. Presets are all there in that oscilloscope parameter settings interface. So you have to do a little bit of digging, but it's all there. Here we go, taking a look at the inside now of that nice FNIRSI oscilloscope. Let's start off with that battery. And we have it connected by that little 2-pin connector, which clips onto the motherboard. 1500 milliamp hour, 5.5 watts, 3.7 volt lithium, and it lasts a long time. Hey, all the buttons on here, that nice, soft, rubbery texture feels really, really nice. Here's that gorgeous little 28-inch TFT color screen. Ribbon cables we see more often than not. Why do we see them? Well, it's a good question. They have a lot better data transmission, much more effective than standard connectors. And, it makes a difference, especially when you're looking at a tight instrument casing. That flexibility really helps over long term. Look at that gorgeous PCB, black PCB. FNIRSI, as always, does a great job putting those components together en masse. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a USB-C connector. Look at that. I think that is a trim pot right beside that relay. Not really sure what that's for, but darn, it looks like a trim pot, doesn't it? Speaking of connectors, we have those nice oscilloscope style connectors at the top. And component-wise, we have a lot of etching going on here. FNIRSI wants to keep things a little bit hidden for whatever reason. Once again, we have a nice look at that ribbon connector. That IC over there, that is the SOP28 package. That's from 3Peak, the 3PA1030. That is a 10-bit analog to digital converter. And right beside that, again, we have some flash memory. We have a buck converter. The main IC, once again, is etched. Too bad. I would have liked to, what that was, but that's okay. All in all, really nice component layout. Very clean. All right, let's put this back together. Come back with my closing thoughts. Closing thoughts on the FNIRSI TC4 component tester, signal generator, oscilloscope, component tester. Didn't I just say that? I don't know, the list goes on. This little guy does it all. Now, is that necessarily a good thing? Well, not always. In this case, though, mostly yes. So positively, this is a great all-in-one test instrument to have, especially if you are low on space or on the road and you want something you can put it in your bag and just get on with it. And this does it all in that respect. Now, in terms of accuracy, as you saw during the testing, some of it, especially with some of those components, probably not the best out there, that's for sure. But I gotta say, component-wise, this is a well-designed little machine. That display, that 2.8-inch TFT display, is really easy on the eyes. Now, it is subject to glare, so outside it is a little bit harder on the eyes, but still very workable. Not only that, FNIRSI is bundling that nice oscilloscope probe, the 1x, 10x, which is really a bonus. A lot of these portable oscilloscopes now you'll find come without the test probes. I just hate that. All in all, good and bad, I think FNIRSI did a really great job on this little testament, end of day, and what can I say? This is definitely a cool product. FNIRSI, multifunction, everything gets a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching this review, everybody. Till the next one, keep on testing.